Hi, Ms. Harris. Thank you for meeting with me this morning. I'm needing a little help with one of my students' IEP. I'm new to this position and I don't have a lot of experience with implementing IEPs. So can you help me with my student, Manny?
Sure, I would love to help. First, let's look at this student's FIE, his full and individual evaluation.
Sure, I have that right here.
Oh, awesome. Now, looking at his FIE, we can see that Manny is enrolled in a self-contained classroom. Here it states that Manny is currently receiving educational services under the following eligibility categories: intellectual disability, visual impairment, other health impairments, and also orthopedic impairments. By reading his FIE, we can tell that Manny can detect sounds of voices in the same room. He will orientate himself to face the speaker when someone is talking to him. He will respond to sounds and mimic words on sing-along with music. So what does this tell you about Manny?
So it tells me that Manny is a student that would need lots of stimuli.
That's right, Manny can listen and respond to stimuli.
Okay, so how would I get his attention? I read in his FIE that he has behavior issues.
I'm glad that you asked that. When you're taking a look at Manny's FIE, you'll discover his disability and recommendations on how to deliver instruction that best fits his needs. I can help you build lessons that are accommodating and include specially designed instruction, sometimes referred to as SDI, so that Manny can have access to the curriculum.
Great.
Now let's look at his IEP. The expectation of his academic creative writing goal is to increase his comprehension, vocabulary, and understanding oral and symbolic communication using tactile objects, just like you said, the sensory.
That sounds good, but how do I grade this? Who will help me? This is kind of moving away from the scope and sequence. Would I get in trouble for this?
You will definitely not get in trouble for this. It's a lot easier than it sounds. So by tailoring the education plan to Manny's specific needs, you're providing that specially designed instruction. He is a student with disabilities, and the law states that we must provide his education plan as well as related services as documented in his IEP. The grading will be the same as any other student. You will use a series of trials.
Okay, great. So let's take a look at my lesson plan. I have it here.
Awesome. It looks like you're retelling stories this week. What books are you using?
So this week we are reading Henry and Mudge and the Funny Lunch. We are also reading The Fat Cat by Danish Folktale.
Oh, those are awesome stories. Now, remember that Manny can listen and respond to stimuli. So when he's retelling stories, it may be a little bit different than some of the other students. Okay. Now, your paraprofessional will help you create a square board for Manny. There will be one square that has a scratchy sandpaper to represent a cat. And there will be a fluffy square that's made out of very soft fabric that will represent the dog. And when Manny's retelling a story, he will scratch the scratchy sandpaper to represent the cat, and he will pat the fluffy fabric to represent the dog. Read a couple lines of the story and I'll show you how Manny can retell it.
Okay, great. So let's start with Henry and Mudge. So, one day in May, Henry and Henry's big dog, Mudge, were playing kickball with some friends.
Who was playing kickball with the friends? Now, when Manny pats the soft fabric, that's going to represent the dog. And this is one of your trials. So if Manny can correctly pat the dog or scratch the sandpaper cat square, then that is how you'll grade it.
Oh, great, I understand that. That makes perfect sense. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's look at how you would record that. You will use your goal book, a data collection sheet to track the trials. So you can see on your tracking sheet that you start with the baseline. So for example, the first time that you try to retell the stories with the two squares, Manny is able to correctly identify the character 2 out of 5 times. Then you would mark 2 out of 5 and he would be at 40%. Okay. Now, in his IEP, it stated that his mastery of the goal was 80%, 4 out of 5 trials.
Right.
So you'll keep tracking until Manny has reached the mastery of the goal.
Can I see a copy of that? Do you have a copy? Maybe a template?
Okay. And you can find additional copies on Goalbook.
Thank you so much, Ms. Harris. You have provided me with tools that I can use and also a guide when capturing Manny's progress and how to implement this IEP. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.